So let's talk a little bit about the science. We're going to talk about the default mode network, which is kind of a network of different brain areas, or prefrontal cortex, and different interior areas of the brain. But when they do those EEGs of the brain, they see that when we're not doing stuff, there's this default mode that keeps lighting up. And they see that these default modes tend to be towards the scanning for danger type of mode, because it tends to be a mode that kind of reflects on our world, particularly our social world, and tries to find what could potentially go wrong. So you could see people who are high in neuroticism have this trait in a little bit higher quantities. Their brains are good at this. Now, what does this mean? This means that they're able to kind of create future projections well. And they're able to make future projections of other people's brains. We call this theory of mind, where they can kind of make an artificial brain of someone else, a picture of what someone else is thinking, what they're going to think. Charlie in marketing, he's probably not going to like this. Those people over there in finance, they're going to have troubles with this particular project that we're thinking about, because they can futurize and picture other people's brains and situations very well, vividly. You can see how they can make prediction errors with this, but oftentimes they can make predictions that are correct. So these are the type of people that are on your team, and this is the neuroscience behind that. And again, I'm trying to show you that there's wiring behind this, that certain parts of their brains are stronger than yours. So like when your muscle's really strong at doing this, it might not be strong at doing the opposite motion. So utilize these people. Release their awesomeness, encourage them, and help them in holding their difficulties in holding this difficult trait. The amygdala. These are tiny little almond-shaped brain nucleuses that are back in the lower part of the brain. And it's part of the limbic system, and it's primarily responsible for fear and anxiety. So it kind of dovetails or works with the hippocampus in recording memories that are past dangers and alerting us to things that are similar to things in the past. So it's another area where we kind of recreate past elements that were difficult and that might be repeated and that could be dangerous. So you can see part of their brain is dictated towards future projection, and part of their brain is dictated towards this didn't work in the past projection, which is the amygdala. So both of these combined, and they both kind of lean towards fear and anxiety as the potential results. So you're actually intuiting the results of their brain calculations in difficult emotions. So that is why they carry difficult emotions a lot of times. They have a propensity to have more negative emotions than the extroverts do. So not a lot of fun to hold, but if it's held well and with other people around them, with that serotonergic activity around them, they can use this safely and come up with really powerful interactions for you and your team to avoid danger and to move into potentially good scenarios that will work for you and for your team.